You wear shoes in your own home. Don't insult me like that. You're the absolute kindest, so no, certainly not. Oh my god, puberty was such an awkward time. No, we try not to switch too much. Like, my husband speaks Spanish with our children. Some of these are surprisingly accurate. Like, you guys can almost like read me or something. This is a funny one, because this is like, again, so like, how do you guys know that? You're single. You can't always put others first. You have to sometimes put yourself first, and that is not selfish. That is just self-care. Chips with hot salsa and lime juice. Oh my god. Oh, it's the best. You live in Germany. That is true. That is correct. Correct. I can cook spaghetti. I can cut some fruit, put it in a bowl, and serve it to my kids. See, I can't talk about that, so I don't know. I don't think that makes me bisexual, though. That's a very complex topic. You like a lot of maple syrup on your pancakes. That's not a thing here. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another ASMR video. Welcome back, if you've been here before. I'm happy to have you all here. Today, I'm going to be answering your assumptions. I asked for your assumptions on Instagram, and you had quite a few of them. So this is going to be a very whisper-heavy video, but as you can tell, I'm also going to be making some trigger sounds, because I like that, and I hope you guys will like it as well. So, let's get started right away. Stop beating around the bush. Alright, so I'm going to move over a little bit so that the assumptions can be over here on the screen. Alright. So, assumption number 1 is in German. Eine Traumfrau. A dream woman. No, I don't think so. It's probably very subjective. Do you love mouth sounds, or just do it for passing time in the videos? Okay, so I think this alludes to the fact that for probably half a year now, I've been doing mouth sounds much more frequently than I used to. And it is not just a pastime, it's not at all a pastime. It's really because I've come to enjoy them. I used to be very anti-mouth sounds, which you probably know if you've been watching me for a couple of years. I used to be very picky. I still am, but I've gotten a lot, like, I've expanded my gusto for mouth sounds. I don't know how that happened, but it did. And now I do not only tolerate them much more, I actually really enjoy them. But I know not everyone's the same, so I try to not overdo it in my videos, but I have definitely been doing them more and more lately, as a lot of you have noticed. Alright. Okay, that assumption I got a lot. You are a really good mother. I can't say that. I don't think anyone can say that about themselves. It's, first of all, what's a good mother? Second of all, no, probably not. I do my best. I try to be the best mom that I can be. I make mistakes. You don't give birth and are magically a good mom and know automatically what to do in every situation. It's a learning process for all of us, for the kids and for the parents, and we're doing our best. I'm doing my best. There's days where not everything goes as I would like it to, and then there's days where everything is pretty harmonic, and I'm very happy with how guys, but not over here, and definitely not with me and my husband, and like we as a family just don't like this. And my husband is Mexican, and they really don't do that where he lives either, so no, definitely not. You're the absolute kindest. I bet you have never started a quarrel on your own. Okay, so this is very interesting. Like, I know from my videos, you get the impression that I'm a very chill person, and I can be, and I am in lots of situations, but I'm not perfect. I'm not always chill. Of course, I've started quarrels. I mean, who doesn't ever quarrel with someone? Like, kids and parents are probably the number one, and probably siblings, number one people to have quarrels between each other. And yeah, of course I quarrel. I've started quarrels. I still do. That's what happens when you live together with people that you love. You inevitably get into quarrels because there's differences and they annoy you, and we all have good days and bad days where we can handle it better than on others, and it's fine. Don't have this perfect idea of YouTubers or anyone who's even slightly in the public eye. No one's perfect. We're all human, and we all start quarrels. We all fight. We all have bad days. We all have good days. Of course, I've started quarrels. Of course, I'm not always chill, and I try to always be kind, but even I fail at that sometimes. So, no, certainly not. You're definitely not ticklish, like a robot or something. That's very random. I am ticklish in certain areas, and then others, you could tickle me like crazy, and I wouldn't even blink an eye. You are in your early 20s. That is very flattering. Thank you very much. No, I'm not. You can add 10 years, and then you're right. You tap on things ASMR style when grocery shopping. Okay, it doesn't go that far yet. I'm not yet that deep into being an ASMR artist. I do certainly tap and scratch and grip and handle things around the house constantly. Like, oh, I'm picking up a toy that my kids left in another room, and I'm bringing it back into their room. You bet your little cute butt that I'm gonna be walking through the entire apartment, tapping on it, and then putting it where it belongs. So that, yes. The grocery store, no. Especially now, during COVID times, I don't touch everything and tap on everything. At home I do. I definitely do at home. You look really shy and timid. I used to be, especially when I was younger in puberty. Oh my god, puberty was such an awkward time, as it was and is for most people. I was pretty shy, pretty timid. Not anymore. I'm pretty outgoing now. I love being among people. I love talking to people. I love spending time with people, and yeah, I don't know how that happened. I think it was just, puberty being over, and I was like, I'm an adult now, which that's actually not true. There's so many situations every day where I'm like, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to adult this kind of thing. No one's ever taught me, but with this whole being shy and timid, that's gone for the most part. You're good at sports. I suck at sports. I'm a tall, slim person and always have been. I think it's genetic, because I can eat what I want, and I wish I'd gain weight, but I literally can't. I've tried, I can't. No matter what I eat, it's just apparently not possible. The only time I've gained weight was during my 2 pregnancies, and that was it. And then I shed it immediately, and I was back to normal. So, I'm just naturally, slim, but I'm not good at sports. I really, really actually suck at sports. But I love to wear, sporty outfits, which is even more confusing. try not to switch too much. Like, my husband speaks Spanish with our children, although sometimes he accidentally speaks German with them, and then I speak purely German with them, and then among, like, my husband and I, we speak Spanish with each other. But when we have people over, since we live in Germany and barely anyone here speaks Spanish, we talk German. So yeah, we do some switching between Spanish and German, but it's still fine. Like, when it gets really complicated is when my parents only speak German, his parents only speak Spanish, and then we have to, like, translate and mediate, and sometimes I talk to them in German and to my parents in Spanish when it should be the other way around, and I really get confused there. But, like, in day-to-day, everyday life, not so much. You quit your job to do a smart full-time. That is actually correct. I have a master's degree, and then decided to do YouTube full-time for the time being, because I really enjoyed it. It made a good amount of money, and I was always like, once it doesn't anymore, I'm gonna go back to my old job. But for now, this is too much fun and just too perfect, and fits, like, into our whole lifestyle so much better. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now. You like warmer weather. You don't like the cold. That is, some of these are surprisingly accurate. Like, you guys can almost, like, read me or something. I do actually prefer warmer weather. I'm more of a summer person or spring person. I do like snow, but most winters it just doesn't snow. It's simply cold and rainy, and I'm honestly not a big fan of that. I mean, I don't prefer extreme heat either, but I you know, at least you can go to, like, a lake or something, or to a pool, and just cool off there. So I do prefer warmth over cold. Your favorite color is purple. I think that was cheating. You only know that because I've mentioned it in videos. Otherwise, it's creepy. It's creepy how accurate this is. You like reading? I do. I love reading. I just, unfortunately, don't have much time to do so. But once things slow down here, I'll hopefully have some more time to read. This is a funny one, because this is, like, again, so, like, how do you guys know that? Your kids will not be allowed to have a smartphone before the age of 12. That would be ideal. Like, that, for me, that would be the ideal age. If it were up to me, it could be even later, but, the way things are going, I'm afraid it's not very realistic. It's so present with everyone, and I know many other kids will have them much earlier, and for school you need it to a certain extent, and you know, it's technology also. You can't just ignore it, and you can't shun it and shun your kids from it and ban it from your life. They also need to learn to know how to use it. So I mean, if it's possible to go until they're 12, I would love to do that. I can see how it might in the end be earlier. I hope no earlier than 10, and then there's going to be lots of restrictions and limitations, like certain hours are only allowed to use it, a lot of restrictions as far as, like, Wi-Fi access goes, and I'm also going to be sing songs. So yeah, definitely more of a Backstreet Boys gal. I think I even had a poster in my room. I assume you're a really nice person because you have a beautiful smile. Well, you know, that can be very deceiving. I mean, I like to think I am a nice person, but don't think that just because someone has a nice smile, they're automatically a nice person. Be careful with those assumptions. You talk to your family in ASMR at the most random times. I don't. I mean, obviously I whisper to my children a couple of times when they're supposed to be quiet because we're like, someone's on the phone or something, or it's nighttime and we're trying to calm down. Other than that, no, I don't whisper to them every day, all day. You're a very calm person, but when you get angry, you're really angry. I can get angry. We all can. Don't be fooled. No one can always keep their calm and their like composure. It's not impossible, but it is. You know, it requires a lot of self-control, and I'm working on it. But sometimes I get angry, and I'm angry, and I slam a door or I throw a pillow or whatever, and that happens. So yeah, I guess you're right. You're definitely not wrong. Alright. You occasionally do yoga, but you find it hard to balance along family and work. Yes, exactly. I would love to do a lot more because it feels so nice to get all those stretches in. I'm like, my body is longing for some stretches, you know, from carrying around children and stuff and just sitting like that most of the time. But you're right, there's not much time to do that, so that's a shame. But hopefully I'll find more time soon to do all that. You're 176 centimeters tall, or 1 meter 76 centimeters tall, 68 kilograms, shoe size 41. I'm 175, actually. 68. I don't think I'll ever make it to that in my life. I'm much later, unfortunately. ASMR has taken over your life outside of YouTube. No. You would think so. But since I have kids that I need to tend to almost the whole day, it's just not possible to have ASMR take over like that. It's certainly a big part of my life. But I have to find many moments during a day where it just doesn't play a role at all. Because we're simply doing everyday, day-to-day stuff. We're going to the playground, we're inviting people over for a play date. Just the regular stuff that you do as a family with kids. And ASMR during the day barely finds like a spot in that. I think once they're older, it's gonna be a lot more present because they're gonna be more independent, and I might be, for example, going back to streaming and stuff. So it might be more present then. But right now, it's pretty strictly separated, like work, ASMR life, family life, private life. I assume your name starts with a C or J. Who knows? You're a very strict mom, and also you're a vegan. I am not vegan. I try to be vegetarian most days. I sometimes rarely eat meat. I love to try vegan food, and I'd love to incorporate more of it in my daily life, but I am not a vegan. I can't be strict when it's necessary and called for, but I'm not overly strict, and I'm not strict just to be strict, you know. I question myself, does it make sense to be strict with this or not? You're a bit of a tomboy. That is actually true. I used to be much more, I think I've always had a certain level of tomboyishness, I think, and still do, always will. I'm not big into makeup. I like comfy clothes, if that's your definition of a tomboy. I've usually had guy friends as much as girlfriends, and like working on it, and I'm hopefully getting there. You find making ASMR videos is a nice stress reliever sometimes, for sure. I can be in the worst mood, but if I sit down and record a video, it immediately gets better. I immediately feel better. I leave feeling more positive and calm, and whatever it was that bothered me is usually, it's a little too loud, is usually gone afterwards. So yes, it's a great stress reliever to even, not even to watch ASMR, but to simply film ASMR. Not an assumption. In fact, you're the most talented ASMR artist. Thank you, first of all. That's very cute. I doubt it. There's so much talent. I don't want to compare anyone to anyone, and I don't want to compare myself to anyone. Lots of different kinds of talents and styles out there. We're all talented. We all have our place in the community. You giggle at everything. No. Sometimes, but no. You learned English when you were very little. I started, my first exposure to English was in first grade, but that was very playful. It was more of a side activity in school that I could choose. And then in third grade is when English classes become obligatory for students here. And then the higher of a grade you get, the more demanding it gets and complex and stuff. You're a very kind, loving person who puts others before yourself. I can't be all that, and I obviously a lot of times put my kids before myself, and that is fine. But I also notice that I can't do that all the time. Also, not with other people. You can't always put others first. You have to sometimes put yourself first, and that is not selfish. That is just self-care, and very important for everyone to do every now and then, because you matter too. And in order to look after others, you need to look after yourself first, because if you're not well, you can't treat others well and treat them like they should be treated. So, not always. I don't always put others first. Mouth soundless tube. Alright. Wie geht's dir so? How are you? Mir geht's gut. Danke. Und dir? You're a Ravenclaw. Oh, I don't remember, actually. Super boring, I know, but, I wanted to be a Gryffindor so bad. And then I got sorted either into Ravenclaw or Hufflepuff, I don't remember. I think Ravenclaw is actually correct. It's been, it's years since I've done that quiz on Pottermore, I think it is. Your husband doesn't know any German words. Dude, he lives in Germany. He's been living in Germany for a while now. He knows lots of German words. He's almost fluent in it, and all of our friends speak German, so he's just forced to speak German. He barely speaks English with anyone, so yeah, he knows lots of German words. You're very intellectual and studied at uni. I did study. Like I said, I have a master's degree. I don't know. I try to read a lot. I try to, dip into every, field there is and know a little bit about everything. And then I know a lot more about certain things, especially what I study at university, but I don't know. There's always room for improvement and being even more intellectual, so there's still so much to learn and to know, so much knowledge that I haven't acquired yet, and probably never will. You speak another language other than German, Spanish, and English? I don't really. I took French in school for, I think, 5 years, and I barely remember anything. I can read it a little bit. I can understand because, Spanish and French are sort of similar. But yeah, no, I don't speak it. Those are the 3 languages that I speak. Full-time mom? No. Working mom, while also having the absolute privilege of working from home. And yes, I'm a stay-at-home mom, but I'm a working mom too. And I'm very, very grateful for that. You've dated Asian men before? I've actually never dated. I've dated very few people in my life, so it's easy not to date Asian men or any, other ethnicity, simply because I've literally only dated a couple of people. You've had braces, yes, you can see that in my older videos. Never been to the States. I have been a couple of times for vacation purposes. I've never lived there though. Never dyed your hair. I have, and it was a big mistake, so we're not gonna do that again. You learned Spanish from your husband. That's not how it started. I learned Spanish in school and then at university, but he obviously played a big role later on in teaching me even more Spanish, and then, visiting him and his family obviously helped a lot in acquiring more vocabulary and knowledge about grammar and everything, so he's certainly been a big help. You have 2 kids, that is correct. Your name is Claudia. Well, that much I can say. No, it's not. You're an opposite of a sweet tooth. I'm an absolute sweet tooth, but I'm also the opposite at the same time. I also love salty and sour and spicy stuff. Oh my god, hot Cheetos, chips with hot salsa and lime juice. Oh my god, it's the best. You're embarrassed for your work colleagues to find out that I do ASMR on the side. Well, I don't do it on the side, so I don't currently have colleagues or co-workers. Back in university, I was really actually scared that people would find out, but back then I didn't show my face, so the risk of that was pretty low. I've grown out of that, and one of the reasons is probably that ASMR has become a lot more mainstream and a lot more accepted. I wouldn't be, I'm definitely not embarrassed anymore. I actually, every new person or couple that we get to know, inevitably there will come the question, so what do you do? What is your job? And, what am I supposed to do? I'm not gonna lie to them. That would not be the good start to a friendship. So, I tell everyone. So, definitely not embarrassed. You're a dog person. 100%. I don't hate cats. I like to think sometimes that they hate me, but I don't hate them. But I would always, if I could choose to have a pet, it would be a dog over a cat anytime. I'm sorry. You try to go vegetarian and vegan once? No, I've never tried to, really go fully vegetarian, but like I said, I try to not eat meat most days of the week. You wear socks often at home because of how cold it can be. It depends. If it's winter, I'll definitely wear socks even in bed. Now in summer, I'm basically never wearing them unless it's really, really cold. You live in Germany. That is true. That is correct. Correct. You have more than 1 kid. That is correct. Can you talk with snails? I don't think so. Your name is unique. No, I don't think so. Not where I live. You miss going to Mexico? Oh, tell me about it. I mean, my husband is obviously the one who misses it most, because it's his family is my family, but it's his family. So we both miss it. The kids miss it, but hopefully next year we'll be able to go again. You played basketball or football in high school? No, I didn't. I mean, for fun, yeah, but never in a team or anything. Again, by a different person. You played a lot of football as a kid? No, I mean, I did play a lot because, sometimes at school, in PE you play, and then with my friends I played sometimes, but not very well. Let me tell you that. You love sleeping. I do, especially now that I have kids and realize what a luxury it is to sleep and how I didn't fully appreciate it when I was still childless and had all the time to sleep. And I just, I did, but I didn't appreciate it as much as I should have. So yeah, I love sleeping. You'd only ever want to live in Germany. I like it here. There's commodities that we have here, like the social and security system and lots, similar things where you just get a lot of support from the government in like dire times. Plus, I like the nature. There's a lot of things I like about Germany. Not everything. No country is perfect. There's definitely things that aren't working well and that need improvement and change. I do. Like living here, and for example, I couldn't see myself living in the US. I could see myself living in Mexico for maybe a couple of years, but I think I would always want to go back to Germany. I've always assumed you eat super healthy. I try to, but sometimes I fail so badly. I used to eat much worse though when I was younger. I used to eat so much candy. I've definitely improved with that. I try to eat less sugar and more, also less meat, more fruits and veggies and stuff like that. So I try to eat healthy, but I'm far from being super healthy, I think. Maybe, I guess you could say I eat a little healthier than the average person. You're that kind of mother who makes her kids cute and creative sandwiches and snacks. No, not at all. I'm the one that can't cook. Like, my husband is a great cook, and he's great with food in general. So if anything, he does like the cute sandwiches and the cute snacks. Like, I can cook spaghetti, I can make pancakes, I can cut some fruit, put it in a bowl, and serve it to my kids. But when it comes to the really good food, that's where my husband comes in. I assumed you were American. Yeah, a lot of people assume that, and they were wrong. I'm not at all. You like pineapple on pizza? I do. I just had it yesterday, in fact. I don't see anything wrong with it. I don't understand the outrage over it either. Your English is as good as your German. No, I wish. I would say it's pretty good, but I obviously have a much broader vocabulary in German because it's my native tongue. I also, don't have to think as much before uttering a German sentence than I do before uttering an English sentence, and so on. So I wish, but no. I'm greedy. I'd say I'm very much not greedy and rather give than receive, if that makes sense. You're secretly Germany's most popular model, also CIA, also a pet lover. That's very cute. Yes, pet lover, yes, even though I don't have any. Yeah, CIA, I can't talk about that, so. Model? No. You're a soccer player? Again, no. You're a perfectionist? No, you can't be. I've said that so often. You can't be a perfectionist when you have kids. It's gonna make you feel very unsatisfied all the time. I'm okay with things being imperfect, and it's proven to be so much more relaxing to live life like that. ¿Y tu comida favorita es la mexicana? Así es. My favorite food is Mexican food. That is correct. That is my favorite food of all. It is the best. Like, I know I'm biased, but it is the best. My personal favorite you were born with perfect teeth. No, if you watch my older videos, you can see that I wasn't, in fact. And then I got braces, and now they're pretty nice. You don't like pets because they usually make a mess. Well, sort of. I guess that's, yeah, no, but that's not the reason we don't have pets. It's simply like a time reason and money too, and just the fact that we have 2 little kids, which is like, you know, a pet would be like a 3rd kid, so no. You're younger than 25. I am not. You are bisexual. I don't think so. I really don't think so. I admire women. I constantly look at women thinking, wow, beautiful, gorgeous, inside and outside. But I don't think I've ever felt attracted to a woman. I'm also not opposed to it, so I don't know, I don't think that makes me bisexual though. That's a very complex topic. Let's not get into that here. You're a quiet person in real life as well. I'm rather quiet than loud, that's for sure, especially my voice is just not, I just naturally have kind of a quiet voice. So I guess that's true in a way. But like I said, I can get loud, I can get angry. Whenever you screw up, you curse in Spanish. No, strangely enough, I primarily curse in English. Even before cursing in German, I curse in English. I don't know, it comes easily and naturally to me, and it's just very satisfying. I assume you're a kind, warm person who's funny AF. No, I don't know. I can be funny, and warm and kind, like I said, but I can also, you know, if I have a bad day, I can also be none of those things. You're a stereotypical German. What is a stereotypical German? You tell me. I don't think so. I'm like, since I've been abroad so much, and my husband is Mexican, and the whole side of our family is, I am like, I'm not what you would stereotypically consider German behavior and a German mindset, probably. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing, I'm just saying, you know. Yeah, no, I just don't think so. With the ASMR in the car videos, you only wanted to show your car. Yeah, it's not like it's a BMW or a Porsche, as we say in German. No, really no. It's like a really small car, totally average. I like it though, it's perfect for our family, but nothing to really show off with. I love your videos, you're my favorite person. Thank you. All ASMR artists film their videos in the middle of the night to minimize sound. I used to do that, and a lot of ASMR artists certainly do that. Some film like in the early morning hours. If I do that, I'm dead the next day. I have to get up early because of the kids, so I'm probably one of the few ASMR artists that films during the day. Anywhere between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. is my time to film, and then I'm usually done. Very rarely I film at night. If there's just no other way, I do. You enjoy working with people? It depends on the people. Do you enjoy doing ASMR? Oh, hopefully, right? I mean, I've been doing this for 8 years, so I better enjoy it. I do. After 8 years, I still enjoy pretty much every second of it. Does your family think anything of your channel? They think it's cool, weird, crazy how that's what I'm doing now, and that it developed into what it is now. So yeah, they certainly have their thoughts, but I think they're mostly positive. You love pad thai. I've heard of that. I have no idea what it is. I believe it's a food, like a dish. I've never had it. I don't even know what it consists of. Your go-to color is purple, but it's not necessarily your favorite. It's one of my favorite colors. There's other beautiful colors. I think it refers to like my background, which ironically enough in this video isn't purple, but I do, yeah, I do go to purple a lot. You were the girl into reading and sports growing up. No. Not very good at cooking. City, yes, I do. You live in a house, I don't. We live in an apartment. You like to dance? I like to dance. I'm not good at it, but I like it. That you're going to pick this reply and that you're going to continue the awesome ASMR. Accurate assumption. Okay guys, there's so many still left. I'm gonna just have to skip a couple. We're gonna do a couple more. Lo-Fi Love ASMR Asa, I love her. Oh my god, go subscribe to her if you haven't yet. You like a lot of maple syrup on your pancakes? That's not a thing here. Our pancakes are very different from the American pancakes. So you don't necessarily put syrups on them. It's getting more common because, you know, globalization and everything, but it's just not that much of a thing here. Maple syrup itself is just not a big deal in Germany. You can purchase it, it's available, but it's not a huge thing. I've tried it in the US. It's fine, but I also don't quite get the hype, to be honest. You like running? I hate running. It's like out of all the exercises that you could do, I find this to be the most tedious, boring one, and I always get pains in my side and get out of breath after like 500 meters, and then I'm done. I married at a young age. Maybe like nowadays it would be rather young, but really not that young. You don't like styling your hair in a high bun? I love it. It's my go-to hairstyle, and I can't do it anymore because the hairdresser just cut my hair a little too short for that. But it'll grow back, so it's fine. You sleep talk? I do sleep talk a lot, and my kids do too. So I think that's like a genetic thing, because my husband doesn't do that at all. It's apparently sounds a lot like gibberish, and it's not very intelligible most times. Whereas my kids, when they talk in their sleep, I can pretty much understand everything. It's very cute. You prefer the beach as a